Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about these leftover bits. I'm building Skaventide off camera. I'm specifically building the Skaven because it's a massive, like, here's just an example. I've got all of my Skaven models that I built in this. This is just the clan rats, and there's a ton of them. I didn't count, but there's at least 2 units. And I had a bunch of these leftover bits and pieces. And a lot of these kind of are... I can't build any official models with these in the sense that none of these actually really connect properly. So for instance, this right here, this is push fit, so there's a very specific side that attaches to this. Now, I don't really like push fit for that reason. It's kind of like a way to stop you from kit bash or building like extra models out of your start collecting or equivalent boxes. But what I do is I did this with Dominion, and I'll do this with these guys too. A lot of these models, or at least a lot of these pieces, could, if you're willing to cut at them, make extra models for free. I actually did that with, I'll show you. I actually have them right here. Give me 1 second. Got one. So, a very good example of this is Games Workshop kind of gives you these models that they don't expect you... They expect you to have kind of these leftover bits, but they don't kind of give you enough bits to actually make these into extra models. Because of variation. So, for instance, in this model's case, you get this extra pair of legs with the Dark Oath, the RB box, whatever it's called. I think you actually get 2 pairs of legs extra. But what I did was, I ended up adding on the belly a goblin torso left over from Dominion, because I still have a few of those kicking around. And essentially what I do is I kind of will take these extra bits that they try and give you that you don't really have a use for, and I force them into being another model. Try and squeeze as many models out of that as possible. Now, a good example is the way I built mine. I'm trying to find specific bits. There's this one here, which is like this kind of skulking Skaven hanging out on, I think it's just a stone, this one. Yeah, there's one that's like stepping on a Stormcast skull. I think it was this one. So you get this one front half, or the left half, and it's a skulking Skaven. He's supposed to have like a dagger or something. But this one here actually has a hook, and I thought that's kind of very assassin-like. So if I force these models together, now they aren't going to look good. It does not, the seam is not there. They're 2 different pieces that aren't supposed to be together. But just ignoring that for a second, the pose isn't the worst for like a creepy kind of rat man. And honestly, the weapon's really cool. So what I recommend is cases like this, you find kind of models that are going to work for you. Now I'm going to pause the recording for a second. I'm going to quickly put some pieces together, try and figure out something, and I'll try and show you kind of my example of what I mean. 1 second. Sorry, so while I was actually sorting these, I actually found out this skulking Skaven does have a second half. So, unfortunately, my original plan for an assassin model won't really work with this guy. I just kind of have an actual Skaven model here. But I'll continue, I'll grab some other ones, still try and show you what I'm trying to show you. Give me a sec. Alrighty guys, I'm back. So, I've actually went into my bits box, which I believe I have a video of. I'm not sure if I've released it yet. I'm kind of recording a bunch of videos in like a week where no one else is in the house, just me, and obviously my cat. But other than that, I'm kind of getting a bunch of videos out, so I'm not sure which way I'll be releasing these. But in short, first I'll show you the kind of ideas I had. So I like this kind of pose where it's like a Skaven warlord of some kind carrying a banner, but also like holding a sword out. So we keep those pieces together. We also have these 2, which can come in handy as bits for some of these other ones. Not sure yet. That's kind of my kit bash pile where it's going to be more heavy and in depth. That's kind of the stuff I don't really have a proper plan for. It's kind of just, it's truly kind of spare bits. These and these are also in that unfortunate category because I didn't notice, I don't know why they did this, but they give you a lot more kind of left sides, like for instance this guy here, and they give you right sides, or sorry, right sides rather than left sides. There's also this here, another banner bearer. Now this one's hard because they both have tails, or this one more so has the flail, but kind of another banner bearer, and you'd be standing there with like a mace. with a wider pose. Now, these are going to be heavier kit bashes, because you can also see in the back. This guy here is very cloth oriented. He's got straps and stuff. This guy, meanwhile, does have the metal plating on his top, so that kind of gets a little funky. But beyond that, these two together wouldn't be actually that bad. It's actually pretty cool. And we also have all these spare heads that they give us. And they have all of these 3 bodies, which kind of, you know, from there it's kind of difficult too. I could try and do something like this, you know. I actually might. I'm not really sure. It's kind of... I've never worked with Skaven to this degree. I had some Skaven a while back. Actually, these two might go together pretty well. I'm not sure. But yeah, either way. I've never really had Skaven to this degree, especially the new ones. I had the old clan rats. I actually kit bashed stuff like this guy here, which was a rattling gunner. Yeah, but stuff like that. These specifically push fit too are really hard to kit bash. But that's actually why I went to my bits box and grabbed some stuff. So we have a few possible little kit bash bits. These samurai legs. Now I bought a bunch of kits, specifically a long time ago. These were the Ashigaru riflemen, Ashigaru just infantry, and then some samurai. And they give you way too many legs. I was looking at them as I was going through my bits box. I thought, these feet, they aren't really rat-like, but they could be more assassin-like, especially considering, you know, Clan Eshin and stuff like that from Warhammer Fantasy. So I might look into that. We'll see what we can do there. I also have these 2 old skeletons from a long time ago. These, I believe, were... I think they were just like Games Workshop skeletons. They weren't Graveguard or anything like that, or Crypt Guard, or whatever they're called now. But, yeah, these are just some skeletons. They have some thin legs and small stuff. Now, what are they called? Hobgrots. These guys are always really good for these kind of small body conversions for like goblins and so on. I've got a few pairs of legs, a few bodies, more legs there, a few random bits and pieces from them, like a Hobgrot torso, a hand with a knife, and a Hobgrot leg section. So we also have those as options. We'll set those off to the side just off camera. And I also have these not these goblins, these were lizard men. Now, I tried to build these, and I built a few the way they're intended. And I painted them up even, but this was kind of... I never really liked them. They were very... don't really know how else to say it. I didn't... They were okay models and all, and they aren't badly made or anything. It just... They weren't really the style I liked, even for the thing I was using them for. But these feet are pretty good for some kind of mutant rat man. So we also have that, because our biggest issue here is we are missing a lot of feet. Now, each of these models have a right foot, but are missing the left. So we have kind of like 4 right feet here. 5 right feet here, more or less, and then 1 left foot. So that means we can kind of kit bash maybe one of these into something. But then from there, we kind of start running out of legs, bodies, and so on, which is where we start getting the rat men in, and really deciding how we're going to build this. So, first of all, we need to really decide what we are going to build with this. Now, I'm thinking these 2 are going to go together. But I'm also not sure, because actually, no, they both do have chainmail elements. So yeah, I think I'm going to put these 2 together. So we'll set those aside together over there. These guys are definitely going together. I just really like this pose too much to waste it. Just that good. These ones, I'll figure out what I'm doing with. I'm going to do that a bit off camera. I'm going to try and cut some stuff up, put some stuff together, see what we can do. I'll be right back. So quickly, sorry, I'm kind of not really going to do any transitions in this video, because it's kind of, yeah. These 2, I'm working on putting them together, and I realized this tail is kind of hidden by the mace there, and they both have a tail, right? But with that mace there, it's a lot easier to cut that and hide the tail than this one. So, for cases like this, try and go with the easier thing, cut that tail off if you're going to redo this. Alright, see you in a bit. Hey guys, so, quick walkthrough of what I did while off the camera, if I can find the pieces I was working on. So, no, these weren't them. Here, sorry, I'm going to pause it, give it a sec. Got them now, sorry. Here we go. So I ended up trimming down this part of the banner, clipped it off the shoulder there, trimmed down this armor plating, cut off the nub. And this side's largely unchanged. Now I've largely got it working together now. So we have a really cool model here. Problem is, again, style doesn't fully match, but that's okay. We'll work on that as we go. Alrighty, see you in a bit. Hey guys, back again. So this is what I ended up with. So what I did was I ended up clipping down his left arm till it fit this. And I'll probably work on that a bit more, but first I'll show you the rest. I glued him in place also. He's all kind of in one piece now. I added glue down this way. I added some baking soda to kind of fill that in, or baking powder. I can't remember which. Look it up online. Don't take my word for it. It's one of the two. Now he's holding the banner. He's standing there. I think he's looking pretty good. I trimmed down the neck to just hide that one tie thing. The rest will kind of blend together, especially since you aren't really going to see most of that since he'll be face down. Oh, sorry. But this shoulder might not work out so well, so I'm going to try and find something to cover that, but that's kind of where we're at. Okay, see you in a little bit. Hey guys, back again. Sorry, I had a video going. So this is what I did. I ended up trimming down this, the one arm until it fit this. Now, there's chainmail here, but not on that side. That's not great, but it's not too bad. And either way, I'm probably going to cover that up anyway because it really sticks out here. So, this is kind of, I'll probably clip that down a bit too, try and get that really to flatten out a bit. Okay, this is kind of what we're looking at. We've got, now we've got so far, let me find that. Now we've got 2 more models out of this kit. Now obviously you could do this a lot more in depth, get a lot more models out of this if you're really trying. But I'm not going to, I just kind of want to give you this example. This is kind of what I did though. I got 2 more, I'll probably edit this guy a bit more. You'll probably see him painted on my Instagram at some point. But yeah, hope you enjoy that video. See you next time.